All right, so here, let's take a look at the code side of things where we take the output of JSON from Token Studio and use Style Dictionary to generate some CSS variables that we can then use to apply into our web projects. So let's take a look at this file. This is the single file that's outputted from Token Studio. It's a single file because I'm using the free version, which you get the multi-file output once you go onto the paid tier. But I'm seeing what I can do with the free version for now. This has one JSON object, and it has the various token sets that I've defined in Figma, in Token Studio. So I have core, semantic, semantic light, semantic dark, and component. Within each one of these, we have the token keys and values. There's a bit of double up here where we have the token set name and then the beginning of the token key. In this case, they're both core. That's okay once we get down to like semantic light. Semantic light is the token set name and the key starts with semantic. So that's fine. What I wanted to do with Style Dictionary is to separate this out so that it creates individual CSS files for each of these token sets. That way it can be applied in a more composable way, and the consumer can then use whatever combination they would want to apply to their web page. So the first step into doing that was to create individual JavaScript files for each of these token sets, and I did that here. If we take a look at core.js, I import the JSON and just export the core object. That just takes it out of that larger JSON object. I did the same thing with semantic, with dark, with light, and with component. So now that they're separated out into their individual JavaScript files, I was then able to use Style Dictionary to create individual CSS output. That's what I've decided to start with. It outputs to this CSS directory and into this variables directory where we have our core CSS, which has all of our core tokens. And then same with semantic. So here we're defining like semantic color brand based on choices from the core sets. And then here, semantic dark and semantic light have the same key values and just different choices. So like brand tertiary subtle is a violet lighter 40 for light, and then dark it would be violet darker 10. So that's how it kind of differentiates between light mode and dark mode, but it still uses the same semantic token key. That way that could be applied to the component choices. And then what happens here is that when you want to create your theme, let's say dark mode or light mode, it would be a combination of these variable sets. So dark would be component, core, semantic, and dark. And that would just be all combined into a single dark CSS file. And this would be the theme that's applied to the web page so that you have your dark look. And then similar goes for light mode. Yeah, and that's it for now for the code side of things. Cool. Thanks.